Here we go. Hello, my fellow Freemasons, and of course, my favourite and the people that I represent are the profane. How are you all? Having a great day, I hope. Anyway, here we go. Look, remember, your Freemasons run their councils. Find out who your Freemasons are within your council. It will answer for a lot of the problems going on within your town. Yeah. Anyway, look, it is a little known fact that in councils, Freemasons try to obtain control of the planning applications, and they do, yeah. And when they sell off parts of the council, it's the Freemasons that buy it, but they don't buy it in their name. They don't go, oh, they just say, here, Mr. Smith bought that, and it belongs to Mr. Smith. But they don't tell you that Mr. Smith is a Freemason who's buying it for the Masonic Lodge on behalf of the Masonic Lodge, and then wills it to him. So this is what it's all about. So you need to learn who is running your councils. But that's what that is, you know. That was a letter there. And there it is. See if you ought to read it. Do you know what I mean? Has the council had any complaints, reports, knowledge, and us? But this is the answers. They don't give you answers. Yeah. Look, this is what they do. Look, in Norfolk, England, a Labour group walked out on a county council meeting en masse. This walkout was their reaction to the tabling by the council of a motion that would have forced council members to declare whether or not they are Freemasons. And this is what they do, you see. They're an army, so when you do something, they work as a whole group together. Do you see what I mean? So when you start forcing these people to do it, this is what they're going to do. Yeah, they're going to walk out, they're going to start sulking because their egos are dented or whatever the word is. Yeah, and they're going to go en masse, and then they're going to leave you all stranded because you ain't sure of what you got to do. Do you know what I mean? Because you need leaders. You see what I mean? But once you start taking that power away from them, that's it. You'll see a big difference. Do you know what I mean? You need to get rid of the 1%ers, which is the 1% of all people within Parliament, right through all the boards that have control through Freemasonry. Yeah, because once you get rid of them, you'll see the world improve, I promise you. Oh, I nearly swore again. Excuse the white collars, okay? The Freemason white collars at Jimmy Savile's funeral, okay? See them there, all in the back? I know I keep mentioning it through the... Oh no, there's even more colours of Masonic members, yeah? So the white collars are Freemasonry, yeah? Do your research on it. Someone did ask me about it, so I thought I'd best do a little post again. But it is in my other videos. Here's the white collars, look. And there they are at Jimmy Savile's funeral, yeah? Okay? And you'll see him stand with Frank Bruno, who had the white collar as well. Shh, but keep that quiet. Who he introduced to Yorkshire Ripper. Shh, because he was head of the notorious mental institution for the mentally criminally insane, and introduced Bruno to, well, though Bruno says he got tricked into it, of course, even though he was given a Masonic handshake to the Jack the Ripper, but that's why he got away with it for so long as well. But shh, keep that quiet. Now here we have a German rally, okay? This is a German rally, a meeting, okay, of the Masonic. It's a Masonic meeting, really. Anyway, they call it Germans, but they're not. They weren't Germans. They were Freemasons, you see, and they went into war. Here's another German. Oh no, sorry. This one is Masonic, and this one is Masonic. Freemasons, Freemasons. You see, history repeating itself. Okay, and then we go on to another one again. Royal Albert Hall again, same as that's the Royal Albert Hall, but this is up to date. This one's in past. This was in the 60s, I believe. This one, or 50s, I can't remember. You'll have to research it. But here we go. Hitler rally, Masonic rally. Masonic rally, Hitler rally. Masonic rally, Hitler rally. Masonic rally, Hitler rally. Hitler rally, Masonic rally. Masonic rally, Hitler rally. Okay? But this is in America for the Third Reich hosted a Nazi rally in Madison Square Garden, yeah? But this is Masonic. It's only Freemasons that make, or anything that's like a rally, what's organised, it's organised by Freemasonry. Any rally, show me a rally or anything that goes on that isn't organised by Freemasonry. Yeah, because they're the ones that organise it all. Yeah, because they're the entertainment for you, the profane. Yeah, to keep you occupied. Yeah, so your minds ain't thinking about anything. But they're the ones that organise. Another Hitler rally, but it's a Masonic meeting. Yeah, same thing. Masonic meeting, Hitler rally, Hitler rally, Masonic rally. Okay, Masonic Hitler army, Masonic army. Okay, Masonic army, Hitler's army. Are you getting the message yet? Is it sinking in? Do you know what I mean? Freemasonry is the biggest army ever, okay? And they're controlling your country. Hitler army, Masonic army. Hitler army or a Hitler rally, Masonic rally, Hitler army, okay? Masonic women's army, Masonic men's army, Hitler men army. Oh, I hope I'm getting that right. Again, the first Grand Lodge, Freemasons, Freemasons, Hitler Masons. And there's the worshipful master, look, with all his medals. The only thing he hasn't got on is his apron, okay? But it's the same thing. See? Freemason army, Hitler's army, okay? Freemasons army, Hitler's army, okay? Women's Masonic army, male Masonic army, men, okay? Freemason army, Germany's army. Freemasons army, German's army. German's army or Masonic gathering. Oh no, yeah, right, yeah, that's it basically for that. I hope you got the message on that, but there you go. Yeah, Freemasons are just an army, and they're drilling. Remember the girls, yeah, they drill, okay? They were drilling they're drilling up to date today as they were decades ago, just like the Germans back in their day. Hitler Youth, okay? And if you've got control of the youth, then you control the future, don't you? Because that's what's coming up. They are the future, aren't they? Yeah? And that's what it's all about. And again, here we go, look. Same as the Freemasons here that are drilling at the Masonic school back in the day, up to date back in the day. And here it is, in 1938, Nazi party rally in Nuremberg. Thousands of members of League German girls, yeah, stood in impressive formation. But they're only Freemasons, that's all that is, you see. Do you know what I mean? These are Freemason women. You know what I mean? Same as the other women. Here's the Freemason women coming again. Look, March, and I think this is. I ain't sure if this is the Olympics. This one, I ain't too sure. Sorry, but it don't matter. But again, like I said, it's Freemason women. Look, okay, and here they go, getting their badges. Look, okay. Again, old, young, okay. Because if you control the youth, you control the future. Again, here's the Masonic, everything in there is what Freemasons are evolved for. The belt is the apron, you could say. The scarf is their sash. The hat, they wear the hats, and then you've got the badges. It's all Freemasonry, that's all it is. Here we go. Freemason women. Freemason women, youth of a school. And then we've got the Masonic Boy Scouts. Do you see what I mean? History just repeating itself all the time. That's all it is. Yeah. Hitler's children. Yeah. He knew the future of children was the future. Yeah. And this is why they need to control your schools and your children's homes. Yeah. Illinois Masonic children. This is where they're recruiting their new people. You know, for the next generation. Do you know what I mean? These are the people. They're the minds they're moulding into what they want them to be. You see. Hitler knew, yeah, not just Hitler, it goes right through. Here they are lined up in an army formation, you know, the Hitler Youth here, girls, yeah. Masonic home for Florida, you see. If you control the youth, here's Hitler's little youth again. The boys were the thing, I showed you that last time, but again, this is what it's all about. Again, look, old, young, okay. Old, young, see. I don't know, they're about 6, 7 year old, maybe 8, and they're already Nazi saluting. If you control the youth, then you control the future, and your future's safe in their hands. Do you see what I mean? Because you've moulded their minds to what the way you want them to think. You see, and there you go, boom. The Masonic. This is just Masonic girls. Yeah, even those either Hitler Youth girls. Yeah, and you can see the little the swastika there. These are just Order of the, these are Freemason ladies, Freemason girls, Order of the Rainbow. Do you know what I mean? Order of the Eastern Star. That's all they are. Yeah, they go camping together. They're a Masonic family with leadership conference. Yeah, so here's all the difference. Obviously Freemasons right smack in the middle, and then you've got the Order of the Eastern Star on the left, Rainbow Girls on the right. That's the Shriners. Oh, here we go again. I can't remember the other ones, sorry. Anyway, it's not part of the point. The point is all these stick together, even though they're all called different and they're all different, you know, like Shriners, blah. It's all Freemasonry. That's all it is. Do you know what I mean? It don't matter what they call themselves. Oh yeah, Demole, that one, innit? No, that one's the Demole, I think. Or is it that one? I can't remember. Yeah, that's the Demole for boys. But anyway, it doesn't matter. But they're all Freemasonry. It doesn't matter. They can call themselves Shriners. They can call themselves whatever they want. But it's all Freemasonry. And it's just going up to how much, where they recruit from, yeah? Do you know what I mean? Once you've passed them badges, do you know what I mean? You know where you stand. Do you know what I mean? It's just going up in history. You know what I mean? That's all that is. You know, the Masonic Home for Children, yeah, at Oxford. Again, see, that's all Freemasons want to do. They want to control the youth. Yeah, here it is. Look, straight. Well, look at that garden. Yeah, do you know what I mean? You think that's got no money? Do you know what I mean? You go look at your schools or your homes. They're not like that. But because they're Freemason, they can afford it. They've got the money. Here again, look, young and old. Yeah, the young looking up to the old people. Yeah, because their minds are being moulded. Yeah, here's a typical Masonic family. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Freemason family, that's what it is. But he's in his apron. Do you know what I mean? That's his wife and his 2 children. Do you know what I mean? It's not, you know, here come the Masonic army marching, even though it's Hitler Youth. That's what it is, you know. And if you control it, you know, and including the senior living, they're only putting their own people in these care homes anyway. But it shows good front, good charity. Do you know what I mean? And like that front for them is so they can get away with all the corruption within the town and the cities. Masonic Home and School of Texas, see? All about the children. Look, this is what their books are. Look, 4 Masonic children's stories, yeah? You won't find these books in a profane school, you know what I mean? They don't tell Masonic school. Do you know what I mean? Oxford Orphanage, look, opened by Masons in 1873, yeah? And with John H. Mills, first head implant of St. John's College, yeah, which again St. John's is to do with Freemasonry. Do you know what I mean? So the college is actually Freemason as well. Do you see what I mean? So they're going from the orphanage to the college, and they're being moulded, you know, and picked out. You know, the ones that are that are pliable, is it, or whatever the word is, you know, for leadership. Do you know what I mean? And help by keeping that from the ring, you know, for the profane, you know what I mean? That's always about the profane versus Freemasonry. That's all it is. And years later, the warden asked you several revolts in Hitler Youth, right? Now, you're all protesting. I know I ain't getting into that neither. Do you know what I mean? But this is what leaders do to protesters, yeah? Okay? It was a rebel youth movement that aimed to subvert German teens. Are purposely executed in Cologne in October 1944. See, now these are kids, right? Yeah. Now that's what they do. When you start, you know, pushing for something, yeah. Now you've got loads of, you know, real bad people in control of this country and the world, and when you start to try and take that leadership off them, that's when they're going to they're going to arm the Freemasons, yeah, with guns, and they're going to come after you. Yeah, and that's what they're going to do, and they're going to do that to everyone until everyone keeps their mouth shut. Do you know what I mean? Or they change history by doing a mass killing. Do you know what I mean? Like they did with the hit, you know, with all the, you know, I ain't getting into that neither, because if I say something wrong, it bloody goes into, you know, arguments, and I don't want that. You know what I mean? Look, all children over 10 had to join Hitler Youth and the League of German Girls. Okay, so, and I've already shown you my past videos, yeah, where they're already controlling pre-nursery schools. Do you know what I mean? Order of the Rainbow, so they're already moulding them children up to the way they think. And like I said, by the time they get to 1821, we're the profane, yeah, we're the hated profane, you know what I mean? And they've nurtured them into, you know, keep everything there without the lodge, do you know what I mean? Remember, this is a cult, yeah. This is, you know, it's not like a normal, you know, thing. They live in a totally different world to you. You know, they've got their own courts, their own laws, their own police. Do you know what I mean? What governs themselves? Yeah, separate from you, the profane. Yeah, okay. But that's what it's about anyway, you know. But that's what it's about. You know what I mean? It's about keeping the children. Because if you control the children, like I said, they're your future, innit? Then you control. And if you can keep the children under control, and they come up thinking the same as you, then you're pretty safe, ain't you? Your power is pretty safe. But this is what your Freemasons are. Look, this is London Freemasons. Look, yeah. But this is what they are. These are just the businessmen, yeah. The Lord Mayor. You know what I mean? What are they called? But these are lords, dukes and earls, yeah, and they're all Freemasons. That's all it is, yeah. This is what they are, and they're the army, look. Do you know what I mean? And that's what they are. They're in everything, but they run everything, yeah. You know what I mean? And they control everything, you know. Trump Boy Scout speech is Heart the Nazi Youth Rally, let's say, yeah. But again, you see, they do the same thing. Look, that's Hitler Youth. Do you know what I mean? And he's speaking to it. They do it over and over again. It's history repeating itself, yeah. And like I said, they're rewarded well for it because they get all these lovely little gold, look, all this gold, you know what I mean? And not only that, they get property and cash bestowed on them, yeah? Like I said, I'm going to show you that thingy soon. The Masonic Brotherhood, when your boy says he's ready to be a Mason, see? All about getting the youth and the children, yeah? For the next generation, so Freemasonry, their world. Remember, Freemasons are like the Romans, yeah? Or, you know, any sort of conqueror, regardless of what it is, yeah, that's what they are, and they keep that, do you know what I mean? But Freemasons don't come out front and go, oh, you know, like the Romans did, you know, everyone would point to the Romans, oh, it's them fucking Romans, that's them, that's that, it's this, you know what I mean? But they battered everyone out of their way that wasn't, you know, who wasn't pliable to their way of thinking, yeah? And they had loads of slaves, blah, blah, blah. But they've done it, but Freemasonry has done it in such a way. They've enslaved you without you even knowing about it, because they run your towns, they run your city. Do you know what I mean? They organise everything, all your entertainment, including your telly. Do you know what I mean? And you haven't agreed to none of it. And they've done it all behind your back. Here he come, look. Hey, hundreds of kids for toys. It's always about the children. Remember that with Freemasonry. Right, now we go from there, okay, and we go to here. I'm going to just read this book to you by E.P. Goodwin. I've got another ritual coming up soon. It seems to me that the whole movement of things on the line of secrecy is thoroughly antagonistic to the movement on the line of the scripture and Christianity. Right. Why the very claims that put Masonry back into antiquity, if they are to be granted, would only prove it heathenish. Now I'm not going to read all that because I'm not a very good reader anyway, yeah. And like I said, I'm not a professional scripter, and obviously you can read this when you get it on the TV. I'm on a big massive TV here, but you ain't going to be able to read this on your phone, yeah. But the whole movement of Christianity is light as against darkness, yeah. It is the very sun of righteous that doesn't have lodges, that doesn't have little dark rooms into which it disperses its beams. The business of the sun is to scatter light, and the business of the Church of Jesus Christ was to receive the light of the Sun of righteousness. He was to be the light of the world everywhere. He says himself that he never had any secrets. He says, "In secret have I said nothing." Everything was open. He never had any secrets with the disciples that nobody could not share. If they wanted help, if they wanted healing, if they wanted light, it made no matter. There was never any little gathering of a cabal. There was never a little sort of something secret that had its little passes and grips. I want you to remember that word cabal, because that's going to come up in a ritual soon, yeah? The cabal. That's a ritual I'm going to show you in a minute. Not in a minute, in my next video, yeah? I think I'm going to have to do another. But anyway, it's a ritual. I'll show you the full ritual, yeah? Where it mentions the cabal. Anyway, that would be, as my brother said, exceedingly foolish to have coupled with the Lord Jesus. Well now, Paul, as his fellow apostles were always preaching that sort of thing. What fellowship had create Christ with Baal, right? Now remember, Baal, I'm going to show you Baal being used in a Masonic ritual, okay? All right, I'll show you where the name Baal comes up, okay, in a Freemason ritual, right? Baal, light with darkness. He had no fellowship with untruthful works, and he had undoubtedly in the minds of these circles of the priests and priestesses where these heathens' work were all the while being performed at the influence of them coming back on the church. It seems to me that any man who is looking along the line of the development of Christianity will see that never in the early history of it anywhere was there anything in any sort of shape that could give any colouring to this going out of the light into the dark rooms and going into the cellars and getting a rope around a poor fellow and letting him down into revolt, or putting him over some rough road to Jerusalem in the dark. The absurdity of the thing to me is such that I am sure I could not take that way of getting into the inner things of the kingdom. Yeah, and that's what he says there. And I ain't even sure if that was the one I was supposed to read to you. But there you go, you know. But here we go, look, there is much talk at the same time about a murder said to have been committed by Freemasons to prevent an exposure of their secrets. This man took an anti-Masonic paper which was read and talked over as we gathered in the evening group. In this way my young mind became interested in what was popularly termed the Morgan affair. Yeah, do a research on that. They killed him and hid that up and all that. But yeah, again, this is that book again, same book what I keep reading. But get back on that. Like I said, that was just a little reading there. Hopefully you got that anyway, what I was actually trying to get across there. And now we'll go into this here. Yeah, that is right, isn't it? Yeah. But listen, remember this. Oh, let me get that. Get ready, I'll have to turn up. Hopefully you're not getting back feed on this.
You done to us. You and your dirty method to put our dairy run out of.
Here we go. This is what we do not want to be doing.
This is nothing compared to what you done to us. You and your dirty method to put our dairy run out of business. Come on about shush. Tell everyone.
Tell everyone. Never shush. You tell everyone, because that's what they want you to do. They want you to shush. Yeah, you don't shush. Again, look, I love Norman Wisdom.
What's the matter, dear? It's lost you.
Oh, yeah. They will hate you, you Masonic nonsense. Shh. Yeah, when they find out what you've been doing. Right. Now, they want to microchip your children. I've done this, I've covered this. You can go to my forum anyway, and I've gone all through this, yeah. So I'm just gonna run over this just quickly, because this is a bit of a point I'm trying to get through. So they're trying to microchip your child, yeah, with a fingerprint, the tooth prints, digital media, cheek swabs. Now, say they're looking for particular, right? They're looking for a particular child. Yeah, or a bloodline, okay, for a particular royal. How would you go about finding that? Yeah, or you know, a lost line, a lost lineage, or something like that. This is how you do it. But why would you let anyone? I mean, again, look, it's old men wanting to you know, safeguard your kids, right? But they're the ones who are the perpetrating for your kids. Do you know what I mean? If you do your research on what Freemasonry do to children, you know, what child ID, Masonic home visits, First Lady Project, Emma. This is what the Masonic youth organisations, Scottish Rite, Shriners Hospital, one or all. Do you know what I mean? That's their fraternal services to people. But it don't matter what. If you're profane, you can pick whatever you want there. You ain't getting no help. You'll only get help if you're Freemason. Yeah. But again, look, they want to keep IDing and chipping your child, yeah? Again, look, who's doing that? They're not doing that, the Freemasons. They're just trying to do it to the profane. See, look, you get the height, you know what I mean? Is that, you know, I mean, look at that. Save the children, look. It's the all-seeing eye, yeah, of Horus, yeah? And there it is. the all-seeing eye, look, save the children, the eye above, okay? And if you know about circles, yeah, then your circles, there's a lot of squares within your circles, okay? Remember that. There's a lot of squares within my circle. Oh, got that one. See, chip my kid. Why would you want to chip your kid for? Do you know what I mean? Just look, free. Who gives away free stuff? You can't even get a free vaccine. You know what I mean? That's crazy, you know. Well, they're all getting paid for it, aren't they? But that's what I'm saying. Nothing's free in life, ever, ever. There's always a price to pay for something. And if it sounds too good to be true, then it more than likely is. Do you know what I mean? Look, Florida Masonic Child's ID program. You know what I mean? Look, and then they get an outstanding award. Again, it's more certificates, more praise, more this, more that. Do you know what I mean? Just for giving out, you know. Humane Society Adoption Day, yeah? Do you see what I mean? Again, all to do with Freemasonry. You know what I mean? An ID program, look, child, see? It's just crazy. I don't know why people would do it. But why would they, you know, no one's questioning it. Why do Freemasons want to ID and chip your children? Okay? That's Nevada. That's the King Solomon Lodge there, look. Boom. You know what I mean? We'll go on about King Solomon soon, one of his rituals. But this is what Freemasons is. Look, a Masonic makeover. Look, and look at the different characters there, yeah? Because they come from all walks of life, Freemasons do. That's all about chipping and chop. You know, this is what they're pushing for, yeah? Look, Masonic Medical Research Institute, yeah? So when you see, you know, the CDC or, you know, all them, you know, the UN, United Nations, all of that is all Masonic. It's all Freemasonry, yeah? You know what I mean? There's nothing. They're the ones that control everything. They've got all the money. They're the ones that are working for the big globals and all that. But I never go up into that high. Like I said, you've got to keep it local, yeah? You've got to look at the people that are controlling your town, yeah? Or your city. And then once you learn that, it's like, wow. How long and how many generations does it go on for? Do you know what I mean? And then you've got to make the decision, how long in the future does it go on for? Do you know what I mean? Because if you look into the past, yeah, and who's running your town or your city now, it'll explain many, many things. Here we go, look. Royal Masonic School for Girls raises money for children in need. Do you know what I mean? But this is what I'm saying. They got the youth. They control the youth. And if you control the youth, you control the future. But why they want to, you know, no one's giving away. Why are they doing it for free? Nothing's free in life, yeah? Do you know what I mean? And when they're giving their charity work out, you go research where they want to put, like they give, I don't know, to this helicopter, yeah? There's a helicopter, they do blood banks on bikes, but they won't give the money unless you put their sticker on the chopper. There's something about the fire brigade. I did it in one of my videos, you know. But again, it's not for nothing. They haven't given that money for nothing to the fire brigade. Do you know what I mean? Or to the hot, because the payment is you'll put your stickers on your vehicles. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Because if you don't, you're not getting it, and there's a big controversy about it. Do you know what I mean? Because there's always a payment. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't matter what it is. Again, Guardians of the West Gate. Yeah. So they go from the West Gate to the East Gate. Yeah, where the Westfield Master sits. But again, notice the cross. Look. The triple tall cross at the top, yeah, which I've shown you with the other lads, yeah. That's Indiana, look, child identification, which I'll show you with the Cubs. There she is again, getting her height. That's in everywhere, look, Vancouver. Do you know what I mean? You name it, it's in all the states. Oregon. Do you know what I mean? And they're pushing for this. Why? And it's free? Come on, no one's free. Nothing's ever free in life. Do you know what I mean? So I've shown you that. I'm going to go through this right quick. Here we go. Look, boom. Look. I'll turn this down now, so you can read that. It's a chip and disc, Freemason chip and disc, yeah. Titled Masonic Child ID Program. Okay. And you watch this on YouTube if you want it. It's called Masonic Child ID Program, yeah. The hair's on the back of his neck because he knows. Look at the signs. Look at the Masonic signs in it. Yeah, shows you. Look, always look for the signs. Yeah. Is anyone else aware of this Masonic Child ID program? That's Margaretville. Knowledge is power, and knowledge is power. Come home with one of these, and that's the thing. See, his child come home with one of them, and that's the thing. And when they go in, right, what they're doing, right, and this is a bit of a worry. What they do, like, what's going to happen, right? You'll get Masonic nurses, right? That'll go into the school. They'll inject your children, right? Yeah, and I think that's already been happening. Yeah, and what the school will then do, say, well, that's not us, that's the NHS. And there you go. It's the blame game. Do you see what I mean? That isn't us, it's them. Do you see what I mean? So then you start arguing over who's who. Where behind it, the school's run by Freemasonry. Behind the nurses and the NHS, it's Freemasonry. Do you see what I mean? But they both coerced or whatever the bloody words is to send them in, yeah, the Freemasons, and inject your kids with anything you want. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, and that's what it's all about. I remember skiving off purposely when they give the mumps jab up the top of your arm, you know, with the hole that you left a hole in your arm, didn't it? I never even got that. I skipped that. The only thing I've ever had, right, is a lump of sugar, and they put a drop of whatever it was, and I took that, and that was for mumps or something, you know, something in the school back in the kids' day. It was a sugar lump, and you took it, but the kids were lining up, you know, in the hall, you know, boom, to take this sugar lump thing. Do you know what I mean? But I missed the other one they did, you know. But the thing is, this is what they do. This is how they get away with it. The NHS will turn up at your school, inject all the kids will line up because the adults will tell them to, yeah, and they do what they're told because they've been told to keep it, because they're obviously people in authority, yeah. And then when that happens, yeah, the school then say, well, that weren't us, that was the NHS. The NHS will then say, well, that ain't us, that's the government, boom, and then you blame the government. You see what I mean? Straight away, they've took the problem from the school, from the and just up to the governments, and then you go, no, well, what can you do? It's the fucking government. Do you know what I mean? But all it is Freemasonry, and that's how they, you know, indoctrinate you and get you there. Look, free child ID program offered at Swartz Creek Home Days. Free again. Why free? Look, DNA, teeth impressions, full fingerprints, photo ID and short video, yeah? Burned to a USB disk. Now, what about the computer they're using to do this? Are they actually deleting the information themselves, or are they keeping it and then handing it on to the government? Do you know what I mean? I don't know what they're doing, you know, but I wouldn't be getting none of this. This is just total, you know, God. But they're the people that are putting it all through. Do you see what I mean? They're pushing it. They're the Judas goats, yeah. But they're not even doing it themselves. Do you know what I mean? They're looking like they are, but they ain't. You know, Masonic chart, look, available free of charge to all youth. You're telling me all this work they're doing it for nothing? Yeah, right. She's sitting there hours on end doing this for nothing. No, she's a paid Freemason. She's paid well for it. Yeah. You know what I mean? This is in Perth, look, yeah. But the thing I found interesting here, she's wearing gloves, okay. But look, when you get back down to here, look, who's forcing the girl's finger, right? Look, you can see she's wearing ban the bomb or whatever that. Again, people say it's this, you know, that I ain't getting into that. I just call it ban the bomb. But who's pressurising her finger, which is a man's arm? Where's the nurse gone? Do you see what I mean? See the man, look? He's the one. Who's this man? Do you see what I mean? Women doing it with the gloves, and then some man without no gloves or anything else is pushing her fingerprint on the print. Do you see what I mean? So who is he? You know, this is what I'm saying. I just don't trust them. You know, I wouldn't trust them anyway, let alone bloody. You know what I mean? But there you go. You know, this is what they control. You know, and they do it in a sneaky way. The best child ID system in the nation, protect your greatest resources. And this is what they're doing this here. Who's written all these programs, yeah? Do you think all this is for nothing? All these, you know, the amount of money spent here on this equipment, you think the Freemasons are doing this all for nothing? Of course they ain't. Bloody hell. Loads of money, you know, for the future, innit? They know. What did I... Now, I'll put this here for some reason. Masonic... Oh, yeah, this is the different Masonic organisations, yeah? Scottish Rite, again, York Rite, but that means you're just going up the left side or the right side or the right side to the left side, yeah? But it's just both Freemasons anyway, yeah, regardless, yeah? It's just Masonic, yeah? And then you got the Shriners, again, it's just Freemasons, do you know what I mean? So it don't matter, this is all just to confuse you, yeah? They call it Shriners, but they're in. And then there's the Grotto, I'll come across this one, do you know what I mean? But again, it's just another organisation where you point your, oh, that weren't us, that was them, do you see what I mean? And this is what they do, Order of the Eastern Star, obviously I've done a bit on that. And then you got the Job's Daughters, yeah? Which is the IYOB, yeah, and that's the young ones, yeah. And then you got Order of the Demole, which is the boys, the young boys, right. And then you got Rainbow for Girls, right. But that ain't it. They've lied, yeah, because there's another one, and I can't remember what it is, yeah. But I will find it, and obviously I'll update you on it, yeah. But there is another one, yeah. This is the young one, yeah, where they're age 11 to 20 to 21. But there's one before that, yeah, where they do a real young girls one. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, and they're at primary, like preschool sort of thing. Yeah, so that's the basic hierarchy of that. But I never, like I said, I don't get into the hierarchy of it if I can help it, because it's just all Freemasonry. It don't matter which one you're in. They're all Freemasons. Do you know what I mean? Freemasons. Job's Daughters. They're Freemasons. Regardless of anything, Job's Daughters going to be Order of the Eastern Star. Do you see what I mean? You know, Shriners have already been Freemasons and they've been made up. Do you know what I mean? Same as the York and the Scottish Rite, you know, blah, blah, blah. They're just all Freemasons anyway. Now, what did I go here? Child ID event at Fashion Square Mall, Family Fun Day. See, they make that as a Family Fun Day, yeah? It's not a Family Fun Day. How is it funny? But look, they wear over 50 kids, and you've got to believe what they're printing here, by the way, where fingerprinted and photographed, yeah, but let's say no kids were fingerprinted, you know, and it's just like all, you know, obviously a few profane went in there, but that 50, who knows that number if that's true or not? They might have only done 12, yeah, it's only done 12 profane people, but when people read 50, they go, oh, and then they follow through, do you see what I mean? Because they lead it, they're the Judas goats, do you know what I mean, yeah? Oh, thank you to all the brothers that supported this worthy effort. Freemason charity in action, yeah. No, that's not a charity. What's charitable about that? You know what I mean? Getting the identification of your children. You know what I mean? Especially when half of you are the perverts that are running everything anyway. Do you know what I mean? And it don't matter where you look or dive into, right to satanic ritual abuse, Freemasonry is behind it. You know, Michigan Child ID program again. Look, so you know these little ones here, yeah. These are, and I can't remember what they call them. But that's what there are, you know. Why is it always to do with children? Do you know what I mean? But I'm trying to think. See, look, all this equipment here. You think Freemasons are buying that for nothing, for no reason? Come on. Do you know what I mean? People don't do nothing for nothing. You know what I mean? But you got, like, you know, you can request a form and all that. I didn't get into the, you know, blah blah blah. But here they go. Look, list of Lions of Michigan Service Foundation. Yeah, see the Lion Masonic. Yeah, the Masonic Lion. Yeah, here look, Michigan Sheriffs. Yeah, as above, so below. The shield of the sheriffs. Look, as above, so below. Do you know what I mean? And then you got the National Centre for Missing and Exploited Children. But they're the ones who are exploiting the children by doing this anyway. And they've exploited them, whether they're Cub Scouts or whatever, you know. But it's crazy. Look, former Granville County Orphanage employees accused of sex crimes against in her care, yeah? But it's Freemasons. Look, a former employee of a Masonic home for children in Oxford has been charged with engaging in sexual activity with a child in her care. So, you know, I'm not going to go through all that, but just see what I'm saying. They're behind it all. It doesn't matter where you go. That's their main, you know, priority. Do you know what I mean? Is to give back to the community, yeah, in a meaningful way. So when I say to you they're the council and they organise all your things, you know, like here we have Lord Nelson Day or whatever it's bloody called, fish thing, you know what I mean? But they're the ones that organise it, do you know what I mean, yeah? And it doesn't matter what it is. We have another one like something in the park or whatever, so they organise that, do you know what I mean? But this is what I mean, our primary reason to become Masons is to give back to the community in a meaningful way, yeah, and that goes through where they're magistrates, where they're working for the council, and all they promote is self-promote themselves into them positions of power, yeah, and they've got to come away from. We've got to take that off, and we've got to pull the screw out of their compass, so they've got no power within towns, within cities, and you'll see people getting treated fairly. You know what I mean? Because the only ones they're cared about is themselves, yeah? And what better way than to get involved with youth? Masons teach youth the value of donating time, a role model, modelling morale, ethical behaviour. As a Mason, you'll be shaping the character of tomorrow's leaders. See? So if you're controlling the children, you're reshaping or be shaping the characters of tomorrow's leaders. Okay, remember that. So if every Freemason leader now is a Mason in power and they're doing the same thing repeatedly over and over again, when's the time to say it's enough? Do you know what I mean? And here's the Masonic youth organisations in New York, yeah, in New York State, yeah. So again, look, it's the same. Again, look, the three angels lessons: the duty of God, duty of others, and the duty to self, yeah. Right, and this is what I'm saying. See, it's always to themselves, yeah. They're special sisters. If you're profane, they're already looking at you as without the temple, yeah, and that's it. But again, look, they've only done the three sorry, Burpin. They've only done the three again, like the Demole, the Rainbow Girls, and I can't remember the other one again. Odd. But it's there anyway, just research it yourself, do you know what I mean? But they have got another one, you know what I mean? Look at the sponsors, look, bloody nightmare, look, Guardians of the West, Civil Centre, look, Hiram's, all Masonic, that's all it is, that, you know, and if they control the youth, they control the future, don't they? Do you know what I mean? Here they go, look, Public Relations Committee, yeah? Oh, fuck, you know, right. Sorry to swear there, do you know what I mean? But again, this will tell you where the links are. Look, Grand Lodge of Alaska, the website's here. Links of all 50 plus Grand Lodges. That's just in Alaska, you know what I mean? But you don't think they run your towns and cities? This is what I'm saying. But this is all about, you know, how they you know, public relations and how they do it. I wanted to come down here, that's it. So here it is, look, at the bottom. This is all what they're in. Do you think this is all for nothing? No, they're a business. They're an organisation. Yeah, and they run everything, you know. Here we go, look, the key to a missing child's identity hidden inside the mouth. The key, yeah, the Hiram key, right, to the missing child's identity hidden inside the mouth. Yeah, so if they are looking for a particular DNA or blood group, or, you know, this is their mission. And who we have here, who's this? What? I forgot his name now. Gacy, Mr. Gacy, innit? That murderer, you know I'm on about in America. James Wayne Gacy, was it? Something like that. But this is it again, look. See, they make it fun, look. Oh, come on, yeah. Oh. And the kids sit there like that thinking, yeah, it's all great. But what are they actually doing with the information themselves, yeah? Do you know what I mean? Remember, if they're not honest, but they say they are, right, then what are they doing with the information? Do you know what I mean? Yeah? What are they doing with the information, these men? Especially if they're paedophiles and nonce cases and gang stalkers, yeah? And drug dealers. What are they doing with this information? Yeah? You know? Yeah, look, 20 years ago, Massachusetts dentist and David Hart watched his preteen daughter Kimberly chomp down on a thin plastic wafer, creating an impression of her bite. Do you know what I mean? But if someone's going to get kidnapped or killed or whatever, that'll happen anyway, regardless. Do you know what I mean? You can't stop it just because you give your DNA or whatever. I don't know. I mean, it just seems crazy to me. Look, Halloween goodies. Look, RDF chip a treat. Yeah. So it's always some gimmick to get people to come in. And you know, here's a lollipop. Come and get your identification. Do you know what I mean? Crazy, 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 crazy. Here we go again, look, see, the worshipful masters, you know what I mean, and what we'll do with the children all the time, they just don't give up about it, yeah. Salvation Army, again, if you know your history, you know, you research what went through with the, you know, the thingy with the Boy Scouts, that's the same as the Salvation Army. Salvation Army is Freemasons, do you know what I mean? But like I said, they call it, oh, we're the Salvation Army. Yeah, you're the Salvation Army, but you're run by Freemasons and Masonic men. Do you know what I mean? So again, you're moulding the characters of today. Do you see what I mean? Yeah. Look, Masonic open air degree, yeah, in honour of the Right Worshipful Brother Mike Wallace, yeah, And if I go up here, oops, sorry, this bloody mouse, right, oh, look, the open air degree, there it is, look, this one here, sorry, look, success, Order of the Eastern Star, this is the women, military appreciation presentation, do you know what I mean? See, all they're an army, do you see what I mean? And it just doesn't stop, he's got his certificate there, look. And you've got the Masonic Holy Bible. You can read that in the forum if you want to see what they say in there. But look, you know, this is what I'm saying. They eat well. Here we go. Look, being led round by the brother. They're obviously doing it. That's an installation of an officer here. There's the worshipful master in the middle. Look. But there's the Order of the Eastern Star on the left. Look, and obviously you got the banners there. Look, and then you got the banner of the bloody heraldry. Do you know what I mean? But look at the youth. Do you see the youth in there? Look, that's their future next generation of worshipful masters or master masons. You see, so they're already working. They've already got their recruits already in hand. Yeah. So when they say they're decreasing or not as popular as this, it's a load of rubbish. They're increasing all the time. They've never decreased. Yeah. In fact, right, if they were 4 or 5 men in 1717 in a pub in Liverpool, Manchester, or wherever the hell it was, and then they've spread worldwide, how is that a decrease? How are they? Do you know what I mean? How much can you get? Do you know what I mean? I mean, you're in every town and city around the world. Yeah. You're controlling every council. You're controlling every government. So where is the decrease in that? Do you know what I mean? Where are the profane, you know, in all of this? Here we go with the kids again. Look, you know what I mean? But like I said, they're the best character. They can destroy people's characters like that. They can get you sacked and not give you a job. Do you know what I mean? They do all of that, and you think they're good. They're not. They're evil. Evil. Yeah, here's the youth. Look. These are to be the new worshipful masters, and like I said, that's their recruitment. Look, yeah, that's a perfect picture, isn't it? Look, the way it flicks through. Look, boom. See, you old men. Okay, young men. Yeah, the next worshipful masters. Yeah, see what I mean? Crazy, but that's how it is. It's passed on from one to the next all the time. Yeah, young and old. You know, like I said, here is the biker ganglet. But if they run the biker gang, like I said, if you've got 10 head people that run a biker gang, yeah, and they're doing drug, you know, the biker gang is drugs and all the guns and all that sort of thing. You don't think they're doing favours for the lodge? Of course they are. Do you see what I'm saying? That's what it's about, isn't it? You know. And it comes from all walk of life. But the thing is, the Freemasons are more organised, yeah. And whatever you do outside the lodge doesn't affect the you know, boom. But here we go. Look, this is it: paedophilia, Satanism, and Freemasonry. People are waking up to it. Sadly, there's too many profane that are still very much asleep that need to wake up. You know. Earlier today, we received an email from a Freemason. Have a bit of a whine about the last post on our site. What's going on with the Illuminati and Walt Disney? Again, don't go Illuminati. It's just Freemasonry. Regardless, it's Freemasonry. Yeah, don't get pulled into that Illuminati crap. Yeah, or it's, you know, it's Bohemian Grove, and it's just all Freemasonry. Regardless, they've all come up through the ranks from Freemasonry. You know what I mean? But yeah, this is good. So go read it yourself. This is the Paradox Media and Film Production UK, wordpress.com, and then just put in, you can obviously just search it up, that'll come straight up, yeah, and then that'll give you you know, what's going on there. Do you know what I mean? Oh yeah, this is look, now here's something a bit disturbing. In May 2003, a 7-year-old boy disappeared in his hometown, Great Yarmouth, in Norfolk, UK. Okay, that's where I'm from. Okay, he was never found. The case was put on back burner, so to speak, by the Norfolk Constabulary. What a surprise! After just 3 weeks, coincidentally, the man in charge at the time was a Mason. What a surprise! Let's look at that again. A child vanished without a trace from a residential area, and just 3 weeks later his case was as good as closed, still open but not active. Yet Madeleine McCann's case is still active years later. Why? Yeah, why? Do you see what I mean? And that's straight from Great Yarmouth, from where I'm from. Okay. I wonder. No, I've got more on that. There's something a bit more on this. I don't know. I need to just do a little bit of research, and there's something more on this boy here. Something. I've got something. I've just remembered it, and I need to go back on this or something. But anyway, yeah, that's my hometown. That's my own hometown in Great Yarmouth. This boy disappeared, and because the guy in charge was a Freemason, boom, shh, it was shut down. Why? Okay. Now, let's put the final nail in the coffin for this one, okay, and say that Jimmy Savile was a Freemason. He was a Freemason. He was a Knights Hospitalier. I've done that in videos. I've proved that. Also known as the Sovereign Military Hospitaller, Order of St. John of Jerusalem, of Rhodes and of Malta, Order of St. John, Knights of Malta and Chevaliers of Malta, okay. So when I say it's camaraderie and chivalry, I've just give you that in my last videos about, you know, the military orders, the Order of St. John and all the fighting they did, yeah. But this is what it's about, you see what I mean? But he was the biggest secret society. There he is, look, Jimmy Savile. The biggest secret society in the world is not called the Scottish Rite of Freemasonry for nothing. The Knights Templar re-emerged in Scotland after they had purged from France in 1307. So again, I ain't going to go through all of this, but again, you can come here, research it, read it for yourself. Do you know what I mean? But again, the Masonic control system has to completely ignore and intimidate children and all their families that try to expose these perpetrators of abuse, is simply because they fear that the glass houses that they live in will get stones thrown at them and will shatter. Okay? And that's what it's all about. It's all about shh, shh, shh. Masonry, the first thing they learn is shh, keep quiet, yeah? Again, you can go on. A Freemason, look, is now serving a long prison sentence, yeah? Freemason, another one. Freemason, the Dunblane duty. Do you know what I mean? And it goes on and on and on and on. And this is what I'm saying. Everything that you research, yeah, if you look behind it, like I said, when a politician stands there, regardless of who it is, yeah, including David Icke and all the rest of it, the ones who have got all the voices, they're Freemasonry, yeah? They're just not wearing their apron and their uniform, their army Masonic uniform, yeah? Okay? So, but like I said, read up on that. I'm going to post this on my thingy, this bit, I think. Again, Ray Price, what is this? Bikers rally, look, for Easter, yeah? Visits a Masonic home for children, right? Again, if the biker gang are Freemasons, right, that run this, right, and they're running, say, guns and drugs, this biker gang, and obviously you got the Johnny Vince's favourite, the widow's sons, what he annoys all the time. Notice the Masonic signs on the building, obviously in the 4 columns, blah blah blah. But the point is, if this biker gang is run by Freemasons, right, and they're the leaders, like your government, yeah, so that could be Tory, Conservative, right wing, left wing, whatever, but Freemasonry is now standing there in front of you. Do you see what I mean? But but the bikers are standing there as bikers, but they're just not putting their aprons on. Do you see what I mean? And that's what Freemasonry does. Do you see what I mean? They don't come out and they don't show their representation or who's up front. Do you know what I mean? They hide it. Shh. And that's why they're cautious and caution around the profane, yeah? Because if you did put all the Freemasons on notice of who is and who controls what, you'd all be going, wow. You'd just think, put an alien, I mean, I wish I could just put an alien head on all Freemasons, right? Everything that's owned, turn green, what's Freemason, and just put an alien head on all Freemasons. You'd all be going, fucking hell, have we, sorry I'm swearing, you'd be, God, have we been invaded by actual aliens? Do you know what I mean? Because that's how prevalent they are within your towns, your cities, including their businesses, their cars and whatever else they own, yeah? But you'll find them not so much on council estates, but you know, they're up, you know, they're more of an upper class sort of thingy. But like I said, these bikers, if they're all Freemasons and they're, you know, if they were like the dangerous bikers, who's running the biker gang? The leader? Or is he doing it on behalf of the Freemasons and doing them little favours? You know, we need to get rid of this geezer here because, you know what I mean? And like I said, I was up there, the seafront, and the biker gang come in, and the geezer was cocking his gun. Yeah, he cocked it twice. Yeah, and anyway, I got photographs and videos of it. You know what I mean? But you know, he was there to assassinate me. I think either that, or he was doing street theatre on me. You know, I didn't. You know, it wouldn't bother me. But the point of the matter is, it was there. Do you know what I mean? It was done to me. You know, like to scare me or whatever they were doing. You know what I mean? Blah blah blah. But that happens all the time. You know, geezer's done it out there. Oh, it's another story. That's coming soon anyway. Don't worry about it. I'll show you something. Anyway, Masonic of Georgia. I do get excited doing these videos. The Masonic Home of Georgia served over 21,000 children in need from the state of Georgia. The home is located on a 650 acres in Macon, the heart of Georgia. Now, you think that house or this place costs nothing? Eh? They've got all the money, the Freemasons. Look, presently in Georgia there are 433 lodges with 47,000 members. Okay, that's the Masonic army right there, and that's them bragging. And there's the home there, and obviously you got the old light traveller sign of the square and compass. But see what I mean? Look at that army. You've got a 47,000 man army that will go shh and shut up any case. You know, against paedophilia. They'll stalk anyone, harass anyone, character assassinate someone, make them perjured individuals. That's what they do. And they've got 433 castles, gang huts, or whatever you want to call them. Yeah, because that's what they are. And all they do, they sit there discussing how to keep the profane at bay. Here they are. Look, these are all the people that run. These are all the important people in town. Yeah. There's no one here that don't run the town, I'll guarantee it. You know what I mean? They're all in it. The town mayor, there'll be policemen, there'll be, you know what I mean? And that's what they do. They run your towns and they run your cities. Again, look, Masonic Children and Family Services, Texas, yeah, Child and Family Services. This is what they look after, look. Because if you control the youth, you control the future, yeah? And again, it's all dental treatment, medical care, because they look after their own. Do you know what I mean? And that's what they do. And there you go. If you're profane, put in an application, yeah? And see if you can get your child in. Bloody hell, when you've been nowhere near it. But there you go. But that's what it's all about. And it's these old people here, look. What I'm bringing, these are the Masonic women. She's the Grand Master, look. And then you got the Deputy Grand Master, but all these old people here, look, because they were youth. These were rainbow girls at one point, you know, and Job's daughters and that. But look at them now; they've grown old, yeah. But they're now, what do we call it? Doing, you know, they're now getting the next youth in. Do you know what I mean? Here they are now. Let's see, and it goes up generational, from generation to generation to generation. You know. And it's generational, but they keep coming across like, oh, it's only you know, it's old mothballs and old men, you know what I mean? But no, it's going on and on. And here's the dude, look, Duke of Edinburgh, and he's the man, look, the Order of Women Free is deeply saddened to hear the Prince of Philip is morning married to blah, 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 blah. But look, His Royal Highness became a Freemason with the Grand Lodge of England in 1952 at the age of 31 and remained a member until his death. But that's who the Freemasons look up to. They're the eyes and ears of the elite, you know. I'm not telling you anything. They're telling you all. Their history's there, look. Do you know what I mean? The history is here, you know. But look, anyway, the driving force was a man, dog, and a red, blah, blah, blah. So anyway, this is their history. But like I said, they started off like men and women, and then obviously the men was coming out, but the men were only in the lodges to see what the men overseeing the women, and then obviously once the women were moulded to the way they thought, they stepped out, but they still have a man oversee every lodge meeting that the women have. Do you know what I mean? So they've still got their eyes and ears to the ground within the Freemason women's lodges. Do you know what I mean? And that's what it's all about. Yeah, is that the Masonic Army again? There it is. Look, there's your Masonic Women's Army. Look at the size of that women's army. That's all women. There's no men there, just women. Yeah, that is your Masonic Women's Army, and they're just as bad as the men. Like I said, they're your social services, they're your nurses. Do you know what I mean? And they all come up through the same. Yeah, same thing. Here it is. Look, boom, boom. Yeah. That's on, what's that? I don't know what that one is. Never mind. But again, like I said, research it. You know, they give their own information out. I've given you nothing that they haven't said in their own self. Do you know what I mean? I've given you nothing new. This is all the information out there. You've just got to research it. Do you know what I mean? I've done the ID, child ID, done that. I've done Secret Service. Now I wanted to get into this, yeah, which I will. I'm going to do this the first time on my next video. I'm going to open up with this. I'm going to open up with 2 rituals. I'm going to open up with a ritual that mentions Baal, yeah, B-A-A-L, if I can find it, yeah. And then I'm going to show you how how the Freemason is examined in life or when they walk through life, yeah. Do you know what I mean? And that'll, yeah, that'll give you the, you know, and they have to remember all this, remember, do you know what I mean? See, and as the desire is this, the minor is enjoined to secrecy, see, enjoined to secrecy, before he can be made a major free, yeah, before he can receive the major word, yeah, do you know what I mean? That's what I'm saying, see, he oft must guard the lodge with a flaming sword, yeah. See, that's what I mean, they guard it, you ain't getting in nowhere near that. He must be silent, sober and discreet, because he must always watch the profane, yeah, and to his brethren all affectionate, yeah, to his brethren. If you're profane, he doesn't have to be affectionate to you because you're profane, yeah. There may be the great Babel's tower repair, and on him make a major character, yeah, Babel's tower repair. But anyway, we're getting into that. I'm going to get into that next time. I had to, you know, I don't know if I'm like, you know, maybe you think I'm rushing these, but I ain't. I'm just trying to get, you know, I don't want to keep going over the same old ground, but I need to get it into your heads, yeah, that Freemasonry is an army, the army that controls you, yeah, within each town and city. You've got to think of them like they're Romans or they're Hitler, you know, that's what they are, you know, they're doing the same thing what Hitler did, do you know what I mean? And they've invaded everywhere, except they've done the, you know, they've done the impossible without anyone knowing, and they control the globe already. Do you know what I mean? In every town, city around the world, you know, don't matter where it is, Kuala Lumpur, India, you know, Australia, New Zealand, you know, you name it, Africa, north and south, do you know what I mean? And the thing is, the longer it goes on, they're getting more organised, aren't they? You know what I mean? And like I said, they're experts at deceiving the profane, which is us, and they need to be ousted out of power. But once you get them, like I said in my last video, once you get close to ousting them out of power, that's when they're going to bring the guns or the hanging and start lining people up. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, remember, shh, keep it quiet. They don't want you mentioning they work in the council, so keep it quiet. Shh. And that shush there is actually coming from a Freemason website. That is that shush. Do you know what I mean? So shh. Again, the shush is all powerful to them. It's a big message. And like I said, it's in your TV programs, what I've shown you before. But anyway, remember, do not mention the Freemasons with the white collars at Jimmy Savile's funeral. Shh. Because there was a lot of satanic ritual abuse. Shh. Involving Jimmy Savile. Shh. Oh, sorry, it's another Masonic rally. Anyway, have a great day. Hope you enjoyed it. And I think you're all brilliant. All you profane people, I love you. You Freemasons, you gang stalking, drug dealing, paedophile nonce cases, I friggin' hate. Bye bye. Good night. Have a great day.